Okay.
So real quick, who holds earnest, your, not your earnest, that's your reserve money, but who holds the money? If I do a plan where I have to pay 60% up front, right?
And now
Who's
we get into
who's
the
holding that money, right? So
escrow
here
question.
in Illinois, we have title companies. So the title company would hold that, and I would give authorization for release to the developer. Sometimes it goes directly to the developer. How does it work down there?
Okay. I don't want to scare anyone. I don't want to scare people. Escrows are not really used here.
Okay.
You do have law firms that provide that escrow service.
Wow,
Okay.
escrow is not really used.
It's not used at all, practically not. Okay.
So
So,
I'm just turning over my hundreds of $1,000s. Just take my money, right?
well, basically, you are paying the seller and they
Uh-huh.
have control of the money. What protects you is that contract. So in the event that they do not deliver, that there's a breach of contract, a lawsuit has to take place in civil court. Okay. And they're here. There is a court expressly for real estate. Tribunal de
Oh, that's awesome.
Tribunal de Tierras. It is especially for real estate purposes, civil matters. Yes, ma'am. So what happens is you will bring on a lawsuit. Why is that particularly dangerous for a developer? Because while the suit is going on, I have a right to place a lien on his bank accounts.
I'm not just gonna say the property. We can't do liens on bank accounts here. We can do.
We
I'm
could do
putting a
it
lien
here.
on the
I put a
property, a
lien
list
on
pending.
all of his accounts, regardless of the bank that it is.
So this developer who may have multi-millions of dollars in the bank, like let's just say, right, if they're doing a huge project, and my little bitty old self with this $200,000 unit and they did a breach, I get to put a lien on all those bank accounts.
You put a lien on their accounts. Now the lien, the course, because a court case can take a very long time here.
Okay.
I won't say no. But in other words, the court can choose to do a release, but still place a lien on all that they have. So while that lien is going on, they can't sell it. They can't transfer it. Basically, it puts a hold on their assets. So nobody wants to get into that mess.
So you have not seen many situations where a developer takes people's money and it doesn't complete a project, or reputable developers.
Of course it's happened. It's happened. They're not reputable developers. They're little rinky dinks. Let me try this out. And then people here sometimes looking to save a buck. They're like, oh, they're selling that unit for 40, 50,000. I think I'll go with them. Don't do any due diligence. Just sign whatever paperwork. They don't even understand it. I mean, there are things, listen, law, as an attorney, that 90% of the law, if not a higher percentage, is common sense.
Yes.
Common
Yes.
sense. And then I love it how foreigners come here and will do things here that they would never do back home. What changes? I'm just curious.
What changes once you get over that little ocean, right?
What makes you is it island fever? What is it that makes you just throw caution to the wind?
To win.
You would never, and I've said this in my YouTube channel. Please, I want to know what it is that as soon as you cross that ocean, you lose it.
You don't think you have to do any due diligence. You don't think you have to, you don't need an attorney. You don't need nothing. You don't need nothing and nobody. You can just do it on your own.